Okay, I think the ads have excuse me. I think all the ads have run and done all of their things. I think I've remembered to do everything. I probably forgot something. It's okay. Hi chat, hi dragon, hi Surge. Thank you for the lurk. And I did eat a piece of chocolate. So, I also went and refilled my water after I did that because I realized I had meant to do that before I hit start streaming. And then I had forgotten. So I finished dinner a little bit ago and I nearly emptied my water. So I needed to get more water. Hi Lulu. I've got a dog under my feet. Yeah. It's really under my feet actually, more like in front of my feet, but here we are. Put that up there. There, and then I can move my keyboard back to where it goes better. A little bit more room for my mouse because I'm going to need that. Okay. It has been a minute since I've even been on the server. Let alone the minute since I've streamed off the server and or worked on this project. I'm actually just gonna unmute because the hot mic doesn't matter in this case. So I'm not entirely sure what I was specifically working on. Other than this, obviously. Obviously this. However, plan is today. Actually, I want to check this. Oh, okay, yeah, we definitely have some work to do here. Might work in this area, actually. That need to... Plan is today to do some more work on the dungeons. Not 100% convinced I have the iTunes at the right volume. There we go. Okay. Because I did accidentally boop it last week. It's the skulk. So I need skulk for the ceiling. And then I need deep slate, obviously. Okay. Well, I could probably use some of this. Okay. I just want to put cracked at the bottom. I might just want to put cracked at the bottom corner areas and stuff. Not put it all in the ceiling. Actually, I don't want Christmas music this early. Just gonna work on this a little bit. Because I kind of now have a deadline. So, which is great. I want a deadline. I'm very happy about that. I kind of feel like I break through here without... Okay. This is a cave on this side. I feel like... It'd be crazy to put an ore pile here of some sort, maybe. Obviously, I should finish. Finish some of this first. So that's how that's gonna be. I don't think there are rooms on the other side of this wall. There could be. And I'm not opposed to adding more stuff on. But I would prefer to start with finishing what I've like already mapped out first. Now I kind of know what I need to... I have stuff to do. Okay. Well, obviously I have stuff to do. Clearly. Do 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 do. I know that I should have told you that I just to hold you. Okay. Do that. Way to the moon. To I'm paranoia. Trying to blend some of the andesite in to just add a little bit of variation. And I'm not going to go too crazy with the cracked bricks, I don't think. Even though I am putting them in at the same time. I don't want to overdo it, you know? So I do think... Okay, I have too many things in my inventory. Hold on. I don't need all 4 stacks of that. Okay. So I want to put some ore in here. Do I need to go grab it from upstairs? Or do I happen to have... Probably have redstone. But I probably don't have any of the others. Well, I have emerald and diamond. Neither which, well, the emerald, I know what I'm going to do with that emerald. However, we're not doing that right now. Okay, so first hit this button. Okay, definitely have some spots. I need the copper lantern. So, okay, we are in that kind of situation, so maybe... Oh, I don't know that that's the... Well, it is the level it's going in at. We're just gonna say it is. Now, I'm gonna want to put in deep sleep. Or... I'm gonna put it in this way. Because I could just do this. Well, I'll figure out how to fix that on that side first. Later, rather. Because I do need to... at least do another arch for the sake of... where the skulk is, I think. I just... Oop, not there. Like that. Do I want to bring that down? We're all breaking all sorts of rules here, so, you know. Can definitely just break a few more, you know? No, that doesn't really work. Could do something other than the pillars. That's fine. Because what I could do It's funny watching it use haste on something that clearly can't be sped up by haste. Is the music too loud still? I feel like it is at that volume. Granted, it's playing all the loud music right now. If I just do that. It's annoying that I hit. Like I accidentally totally adjusted that the other day. What's that? Setting was right where I wanted it to be. Um. Be anybody. Ah! Oh, up one, please. Oh, need to be careful. There's still definitely floor to be broken up there. Oh, with haste, you can almost do the creative placing. That was nice. And hey, the skulk is not directionally placed, so I don't have to worry about that. So, if I do it this way. Do that way. I need more stairs. Do 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 do. I do think I'll do this here, but I think that will be fine that way. I could just do that, honestly, and I think that will work. Better here. Yeah. And then this room can have its own lantern. I don't think it's gonna have... Well... I don't think it's gonna have a skulk ceiling, necessarily. Something like that will work. And this room can just have brick blocks as the ceiling as well. Same pattern as the walls. Ah! Add some andesite. Okay, now that I've done that, it's good to... Oh, that one. Yeah, okay. Honestly, I kind of feel like instead of there, what I want to do is put some glow liquid in. Next to the ore, maybe. Let's go get some ore. Lag got me good there. Oh, more of that. Okay. I mean, I could store... I could place some of that, but I was looking for... Oh, you know what? I think those get sorted right now, actually. Pretty sure they do. Yeah, they do, because we have so much of it. We have so much that I have extra to the point where I need it to sort it for me. Got extra blocks. Ooh. Wild copper jaw is in chat if anyone wants to catch it. That definitely looks like a pile of stored coal, right? There we go. Now, just put in some glue again. Maybe. Here. There's 2 boxes, right? Ha! Glue again. And I also want this. It's a common notion. Heaven lies. Ending.
Hello there.
Hi, Mousy.
Shadow Mazzy just resubscribed for 51 months.
See what they see, staring at me. Thank you for the 51 months, Mousy. Welcome in. Doesn't look as good against the skulk, I don't think. That, if I'm going to do that, makes more sense to put it on this side because it's actually going to be visible from the door. Now what's going to go in there? I don't know. I think I want to do like a sweep of like finishing things, finishing walls and stuff, and then do a sweep of what does this actually need, you know? Do, 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 do. Always be sunshine. I can't do that at this volume. Alright, now do I do skulk for the roof in here? Or do I do something else? Is it visible from this side? So, oh, went too far back. Hi, Jace. Welcome in. So the question is, I'm not even sure I'm keeping the warped wood, to be honest. Kind of thinking if we have enough, maybe I do one of the prismarines as the roof. Am I using prismarine later on? Because I've got copper on this level, dark prismarine on this level. Maybe I'll use some of the other prismarine I brought back for the roof of this room. Sorry, make slabs. No, I did not. Okay. Slabs will be the easiest way to do this. I want it to be. I do think I want it to go up one. Mostly. Maybe not all the way around the room. Actually, be. Do. Yeah, go back. So I feel like I could build some fun furniture or something to go in this room. I'm not entirely sure what to put in the dungeon, not gonna lie. It's like, it's a dungeon, but it's also like not though. Actually, I just have to not get the floor from above. So you guys can see. Debated whether I was gonna do this or actually just play a Star Wars game today, but then I was like, no, I want to get back to working on this project. And I didn't have a game that like a Star Wars game that I wanted to play right now. I was like, I will play more before the end of the month, obviously. We're only on the 13th day. Yeah, I like that. That works, I think. Okay. I do think that this is too blue for that, though. Oh. Do this. Is that too simple? I mean, I don't think that's too simple. I think it matches what's going on over there. Now, I do need to light this room up, obviously. But the thing is, the furniture might... Furniture might lend itself to where a light is gonna be. So maybe I will just get the frog lights back out temporarily. Yeah, that does it. And I can come back up here and decorate it a little bit later. Because I could just put a soul lantern here, and that would probably do it. Do you think, do I have... Actually, it would be in here. What it sounds like. This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like. All this time. What was I looking for? Oh, where do I not? Here, probably? Question mark? uh, do I not have an archaeology box on the archaeology server? Or am I? Apparently I don't. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back upstairs and we're gonna fix this. Well, I'm not gonna fix the fact that I don't have an archaeology box. That's fine. I just will have one next season. What I was going to do, however, are duplicates. Sure, the duplicates rather. Do one of those. Maybe one of these. Make sure that's set. And then I actually do need that box I had out with the bricks. Do. Will I do it with stone? Probably just do stone here. Thing like that. Nice, Mousy, on a 165 stream streak. Let's go. Actually, I kind of want that pot over here. I'm thinking I might even do... not centered, though, because... it's not going to be for plants. Let's pull mini blocks out. Oh, it's got 26 additionals. Okay. These do... well, these seem to all be... mostly... This is all... Nice. I really wonder if I did do it that way. Would be nice if I did. Maybe that's what I should start doing. One of these used to be mostly zombie heads. Oh, this one is mostly zombie heads. Okay. Well. That's definitely not a zombie head. Alright, I'll probably have to clean that up later. But... that one there, maybe. Just have a shrub growing on this side. Little piece of moss. Oh, goodness gracious. Trying not to yawn, but it's happening anyway. This! What should I do with this? That can't go anywhere, I don't think. Yeah, it can't go. Unless I open this up, but this is shallow on purpose. So I don't think so. That's where I follow. Definitely want the ceiling to be skulk, I think. And at least do that part. And we can do this. Idea. Idea. Ah, it's fine. I'll let them age. Oh, well, that's perfect, actually. That's a storage. That is the storage system, right? Ironic. Oh, okay. So that all went into overflow. So when there's stone and overflow later, I need to not freak out. Because it was just from this. I guess that works too. I was gonna make it look like the water was moving through it, but I almost want to leave it that way. I kind of, actually. I'll have to let it oxidize. But actually, I don't even need to do that many. Wait, is this oxidized already? Oh, they're oxidized already. That'd be perfect. The easiest way to do it would probably just be to just not get sucked into the bubble column. Or break any of the water sources while we're doing this, right? Oop. Okay, now I have to get to the other side. Gotta to get to toss. Silly things I say out loud sometimes. Alright, maybe not on this side though, because that's a side that has stuff that's already built. Aha! I don't even have to get behind it, I just have to get to the side of it. Is that like enough? Well, can't even really see that, so I think I can. I could probably use a brighter light. This. I want this. Okay. Maybe one more? I just want to see what happens when I make it all copper bulbs. Okay, so I do think I want it to oxidize a little bit because it's a little too bright. But it could most certainly work. And that lights up this section. So there's that. No, I do want this to oxidize, so probably. At least a little bit. I'll give it time, though. No, we're not gonna do that. Almost feel like that should be good. I need to remember to put some cracked stone bricks in, but on this one I should definitely put some mossy ones in as well. So where did I put those? Did I not make any? Oh, do I have pale moss in here? I really should. Do I even have... No, yeah. I built a whole pale moss farm. I do. I do have pale moss. Do I even have pale moss? Yes, I do. There it is. Yeah, I think that works. Bum, bum, bum. I do think occasionally I can do stuff like this as well. It turns that up and turn it back down. Oops. Now that's a little bit more run down than I kind of was gonna go for. You know, occasional run down corner is fine. I certainly was going to go through and do like some of this. So. Someday. Get out of something like that, just a little bit of few bricks here missing here and there, you know? As one does. Oh, cool. I can get rid of the phantoms that are totally gonna spawn down here in the dungeons. Because that's totally how that works. Hmm. Can I make this one wider? Yes, I can. Ooh, I should experiment with a door on the end of this. That doesn't go anywhere. But that's not the point. To give an illusion of a hallway that doesn't actually end in a, you know, end in a dead end, I should put in a door. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here and get haste. There we go. Do, do. Oh, let's fix that. Well, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll definitely put a door at the end of this. So that means, oh, those were slabs. Interesting. Um, if I do this as the archway. Oh, perfect. To get rid of 2 stairs. Put door there. See if we do 5, 5, 5. Perfect. I love when it just lines up like that. Do, 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 do. This will then make sure that even though there isn't an actual like full arch, the ceiling still feels connected to a degree. And then put in the skulk, which I need a bit more of. Of course, there's gravel everywhere. I missed. I somehow made the perfect amount of stairs. It's actually kind of crazy that I did that. There we go. And it'll probably have to be the middle one. I feel like I could get away with putting the lamp here. By get away with, I mean it like it'll still work. I don't know whether I need a chain or not. Yeah, because the stone's gonna work. Okay. These aren't on chains. Yeah, I can get away with that. How's that look? Ooh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And that was a perfect amount of skulk as well. Nice. You still want a little bit of like darkness to like exist in down in here. So I like that. Even on this first floor, like there's a little bit of just a little bit of spookiness. Mm. To fix the music real quick because it was being silly. Mm. Go from having haste to not having haste to having haste is kind of crazy when trying to do this stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I think this is gonna work out really well. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna like, decorate all of this stuff. I might honestly, there might just be corridors that are just left like this. I mean, obviously this one's gonna have a door at the end of it, but not all of them are going to. But it's like also like when you have a castle this big, do you have something in every single room? I don't know. I feel like the answer is no. You know? Okay, now we gotta figure out the door at the end. Which requires the wood box. Kind of already leaning towards mangrove, personally. But like also I don't know that that fits. Might honestly make more sense to do a spruce door. Wait, am I truly just out of dark oak? Do I need to go chop some dark oak trees? It looks like I need to go chop some dark oak trees. Fun! So fun. Okay. Hold on. Just gonna dump everything out of my inventory that's in it right now. I don't have to pick all of this back up, so. And then we're gonna go chop a tree. Or two. Or four. It's not having dark oak is a problem, even if I don't use it for this door. Ooh, more cactus blossoms. Perfect timing. Need to build the farm I have on the other server. So I might just not bother. I have quite a few of them now, so enough to probably do a little garden with them. Ooh, should do. That should be what I have at the Actually, just gonna do that. That's what I should do in the garden inside the dungeon. Maybe is what I'll have the cactus blossom garden in there. Though I might have a spot up top that would make more sense. Okay, let's toss these cactus in. Ow, here. Oh, this is full. Well, doesn't need to be full anymore. Those do bone meal, right? Okay. How full is this right here? This is also full. Cool. Now those are not full anymore. Where's dark oak? Spruce. Oh, there's dark oak trees planted already. Okay, good. Zombie villager. Do I need to be concerned that villagers are turning into zombies? Or did you just spawn? Okay, that looks like you just spawned, because we don't have an issue over here, right? Doesn't look like we do. Okay. I do almost have a stack in my inventory, let alone what got caught in the storage. But I also don't know how much of it I'm going to use. This door and other things, so get a little bit more. Should be good. At least for now. Yeah. At least now I have a little bit, and I can come back and get more at some point. I might do that after stream, is chop some trees. Mm-hmm. Ironically, I could go. Dun, dun. Can enter my secret caves through a not so secret entrance. It's fine. Do, 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 do. Alright, let's make a door. I'm gonna need some of this to be stripped though, because I'm gonna want to try shelves. Alright, I need some of this to be pre-stripped. To be fair, I am planning on using stripped logs as well, but... Yep, make some shelves. The only thing is with dark oak is unlike spruce, color is different enough that I don't know how much of the other stuff I can actually use. No, I already had dark oak shelves. Oh well. It's what I get for not checking. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. start with door shape. Now that just looks like a wall, though. How do I make it look more like door? Hmm. Honestly, would it just be like a button and then that would do it? I don't know. Curious. I don't want to do a stone button. Well, I mean, it's gonna be that simple. I don't feel like that's the right level of detail I was thinking, though. Sir. Oh, I'm gonna need to light those corners up. Or fill them. Actually, we can just fill them, it's fine. Okay. You know what, actually, the fact that that blends really well together is kind of crazy. Wait, does the texture change if I power it? Hold on, that's an easy way to check that. Does it on this side? Interesting. Okay, okay. I think we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I feel like that should be the outer edges. And I'm not even sure I shouldn't just do this. The world up for just one day. Ooh. Yeah. I think that kind of works. I don't. Where they come from me? Maybe. Well, actually, can I have that texture on? No. It's either that or that texture. Okay. I could also. Oh, that's too loud. Sorry. Hi, Lucy. I mean, I feel like I might be overthinking it, honestly. It's like, does that look like a door from here? I think I like it without the walls, shelves on the bottom. It's just door. Hmm. Yeah, I like it. Should put something in here. What should I decorate with? Because I've got all this stuff. What should I decorate with? Could put plants in there. That'd be kind of fun. Wait, actually. Hold that thought. Please hold. I mean, is that big enough necessarily? It also is not big enough. So let's see if... no, I want a bigger one. There you go. That works. Right. Because I feel like this could be kind of like a storage room for paintings, right? Maybe not any of the same paintings. Do something like that, kind of. Right? Not completely crazy. I don't know. I might be slightly crazy. I did have a question though. Hold on. I do this. Then I do this. Oh! Interesting. So you can't put things in the shelf from the back end of the shelf. Huh. Feel like that's useful for something. I don't know what. I don't know what it could be useful for, but I feel like something. Something definitely. Something's there. Okay. If I have time to build a boat, I should build a boat that has resin in it. It's coming from the direction of the resin farm. What level of storage are we on, actually? The reason I ask is because that might... Ooh. Okay, we're on the sheep. The wool and carpets layer, among other things. Might dictate what's in here. Okay, I think I'm good. Thank you. I got this. I muted before the second one. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I don't know what kind of thing to put, though. Related to wool and carpets and banners. Hmm. That's the question, yes? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I could just do like rolls of fabric. Yeah, I mean, just do like this. Do. That. Do do do. Yes, sir. And then just put a lantern in here somewhere. Obviously not on that because that would be flammable. But then maybe we put in High Nordic Wolf. Put in a table. A chair. Uh, I probably already have some made. Yes, I do. Perfect. Is that enough? Or do I need to add? Okay, we're good on all fronts. Perfect. You just woke up from a nap. Hopefully it was a nice nap. Whoop. Yeah, that works. Mm. Oh, I do not need this bamboo for anything specific. I just... oh, goodness. I just, you know, I happen to need to empty that. Okay. Inventory management. Whoa. Favorite thing in the entire universe. Okay. It's an impromptu one, but yeah. Well, hey, you know, sometimes it's you need those. Those usually, like, those can be a good thing. Uh, Also, just you know, currently feeling sleepy myself. So, and yes, I know why am I streaming when I'm sleepy? Because I am. It's fine. I'm fine. So if I say it like that, it doesn't sound like I'm fine, but I am. So you know, here we are. Okay. Definitely feeling more and more lived in, quote unquote. Honestly, I feel like a bunch of the pale moss carpet would be useful. But I think I want to, well, I also don't want this floor to feel the most, like, unmaintained. I, this level of, like, this and a little bit more, is what the bottom level is definitely going to be of, like, there's going to be moss and holes everywhere and water. Ooh, I should do a flooded section. That's how I should cut off the stairs to the one that I was going to do that I'm not going to do. I should flood it. That's what I should do. Can I add gravel? I don't think I should add gravel to the floor until I'm done with the lower levels. Because then I have to keep replacing it. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, while I'm thinking of it. Actually, we're going to do a side quest real quick. Side quest time. Before I forget to do this. Now, I think they're all still... Mm-hmm. They're in here. I think these are all mine. Yeah. Any other ones in here? Oh, you still. How should I take the stairs? Hold on, before we take the stairs, let me check something. There's water, but they're not going to teleport into that. I can't get all the way to the top with the stairs anyway. Stairs only go to here. I want to go to the top. I wonder how many... I could put the dogs in here, to be fair. I need to redo the map. I could put the dogs in here instead. I was thinking I'd take them all the way up to here to the house. I feel like some of them should be in the map room and some of them should be in the house. I'm going to go... Well, the stairs go all the way to the map room, so we probably should do that first. Walk up the stairs. Got this entire empty floor here that I haven't done anything with. But, you know, the aquarium is the focus point of this floor. Clearly. The library and the is the focus of that floor. Go to the map floor. You're just like, boop. Or just, you know, hanging out. Because we don't want this many in the house. Eh. Okay. Now, if I do that, then I do this. Okay, get away from the edge. Get away from the edge, please. Can one of you can hang out in here? Oh, there's already a duck in here. Hello. Maybe not in the painting room. Hello. Just, there's a cat in here. You guys do not have to what? Trapdoors confound you, huh? If anybody wants to name an animal, there are plenty of dogs to be named, apparently. Oh, you want to hang out with that one? Okay. Got our trusty C1, G1 hanging out in here, doing the patrolling. Also, the ghasts has appeared to have escaped its lead, apparently. Lotus, why? Good thing you appear to be stuck. I don't know how you got yourself that stuck, but you are stuck. Got some fun mob heads in here. Should we do the map, or should I do that later? Do I have empty maps lying around? Because I feel... Oh, okay. I didn't hit the ground that hard, but alright. Oh, look, I'm at 100 deaths. I should not die now, is what I... okay, we're just gonna... Because I will. How the heck did you do that? I don't know. That should not have killed me. I wasn't going that fast. Nor was that at an angle. I think I'm just used to having more armor. Because I am currently wearing copper. Like, I literally have 4 armor right now. Like, I'm wearing wings, gold, and copper right now. I probably would have survived if I had landed on my feet instead of with my wings. Well, how do you make a map again? It would make more sense to buy it from the villagers, I think, right? Cheaper to do it that way. Cartographer. Do we have cartographers? Surely we have cartographers. Somewhere. Bloomin' Castle. They're not upstairs, 'cause that's where the sheep are. Are they in here? Oh, well, it looks like they probably were going to be. It didn't fill the second floor. Surely we have a cartographer somewhere? Where else do we have villagers in this? Well, maybe there's... Is it with the librarians? Because the clerics are over here. Clerics are here. And... where else? No, there aren't any by the breeder, I don't think, anymore. I think I've moved everything. I don't think there were any cartographers there. Well, I might just have to make one. Not like I think I did turn the breeder back on. So. I still need to go in here and get rid of torches, clearly. Hello? Alright. Put that on the list of things to do. Which, speaking of, I have an actual list that I will actually check, so. Interesting. We don't have a cartographer. Wait, did I put one over here though? I just have a cartographer. Assuming they haven't all wandered off into the hills. Okay, you're a Fletcher? Shepherd. You're the shepherd, right, for the cows. Well, they didn't wander into the hills. They got themselves stuck in... Yay! I don't remember if I made that happen. Or if I was just hoping it was gonna happen. Yay! We has a flower golem. Shepherd, farmer, shepherd. I think you're a nitwit. Sorry if you seem really distracted. It's because you are trying to clean up the library. No, you're good. They have made a lot of golems. It appears the shepherds have left the tending of the cows, which, yeah, I know the shepherds don't mess with cows, but it's fine. The cow herds have left tending of the cows to the iron golems. And the farmer has just gotten stuck in there. And it's great. Do we still have all 4 golems? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 golems at least. Copper golems, that is. Well. Not have a cartographer. Doesn't look like it. Okay. What I did is I basically gave... Oh, I think there's only supposed to be 3. I gave each house a mailbox, and the golems just go between them. And, you know, get flowers every once in a while. Which is great. Okay. Also, the villagers like just go through the wall to get into this house instead of through the front door. It's kind of funny. Okay. Well, there's not a cartographer here either. Also, I put a bunch of firefly bushes along this river. Very magical. Anyway. I don't remember when I did that. So I don't know if... Because like I've also put some here. Put some in quite a few different places. What else do I have, Philly? Wonder if all the bees are stuck in the top of the greenhouse again. I probably should go fix that at some point. Well, and fix it by, you know, move them back down so that they'll move back up again on their own. It's, you know, it's a cycle. What are the copper columns over here doing? Hello. Did I only leave one? Oh, there's quite a few of you. These bees are doing great. Okay. There is just... Like, I should... At this point, I could have made the maps. Now I'm just curious where a cartographer... I could have sworn we had one. Did I just miss it when I was over here looking earlier? Oh, yeah. Look, there's the one guy left. Only 9? 12, okay. That's why I missed him, because he has a block in front of his face. Got one. One guy down here still. Add to the list of things to do. Give the rescue the cartographer because he's down here by himself. I wonder where I put him. Who knows? I'll find a spot for him. I only have one rocket left. Let's fix that. Ow. Okay, admittedly, I don't know which Is this the center map? Realistically? At what point am I on this map? Okay. Uh, well, oh, exactly. Okay. Yes, this one. And then I need to sit down and figure out where I need to go next. Okay. Right. Why did that look so harsh of a line? Is it really that harsh of a line? I'll have to fix that. Now we're gonna put myth. Uh, I don't know. That's not it. If I do that, is that? Is this the keep should be at the center-ish? Is that? Yes, that goes there. Look at me. I know my base well enough to know where things go. Okay, do that. There's that bit. Means this goes here. And this goes not there. That goes there. So I think if I'm not mistaken, I definitely only need to go one more this way, I think, because this will go into the river. I might have it placed perfectly almost. Now we only have 6 more right now. Let's get these 3. And it needs to be I need to do I need to do rain. Greenhouse side. What direction that is. Or I guess this one. Okay, and then this way. Don't let this feeling fade. Also, I know just like down here. I just need to make sure that that map is... Both of these are full. That one isn't. Oh, there's that one. Okay. Let's fill them up then. want to. I want to try not to make duplicates, but like I know. I know this part hasn't been done. This one. Okay. Random side quest for doing a dungeon, working on the dungeon to map making, but I wasn't sure. Where is it, brain? Okay, so that one goes there. One goes there. That goes there. Thing is, originally this had, this should be here. Clearly, I need to finish that edge, but nope. That maybe. So that map is clearly missing a corner, but I can fix that eventually. So I can probably... Honestly, I feel like that's perfectly centered. Crazily enough. Obviously, I have a few more chunks I can load. Areas that I need to do. But most certainly, the castle is relatively centered on the map, so that's good. I'd done this already once, but when we brought the build over, the map disappeared, which isn't completely surprising because obviously it was a map of that specific location originally, and yeah, that doesn't work when you transfer it to worlds, I guess. Though, I wonder if I lock the map, it'll stay. The thing is, it's still technically, well, it will for the world download. Whether or not I mean, we're not obviously moving this build over, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Okay, let's fix this map. Grab the one next to this one. Should be. It's crazy, like, how close to done this castle is. There's only, like, a handful of little things to do. I could probably just stick the cartographer in one of these houses, honestly, at this point. But not that. Or we need to be on this floor. That goes there. Yep. There you go. One could argue you could leave it like that. Also, the heck happened here? Hmm. Does Pixels just not load, or is there literally a sandbar there? It wouldn't surprise me if there's a sandbar there, to be fair. Oh, it's surprisingly far over. Huh. You can very clearly see the box in certain spots of where the build got teleported in. Be even more obvious once I put like these bits in, I think. But it's looking pretty good. I wonder if I should put labels. I could. That's a lot of work. It's interesting that the greenhouse is that. I guess it's because it's the glass. Technically black. Interesting, like how red that is. Oh yeah, I still need to remove that beacon. Yeah, but I'm not quite done over there yet, so I'll remove it once I'm done building in that section because I think I have it over there for jump boost. But I still have a couple more things I want to do to that tower. Anyway, how are we on? Okay. Yeah, it's definitely because of the armor I'm wearing. I bet I would not be taking this much damage if I was wearing good armor. I am not, however, wearing good armor. So tragic. That hasn't oxidized a bit. It is not waxed, right? Okay. So did I buy waxed of that and then forget that I bought waxed? Nope. It's just taking forever. Okay. What do we need to do? Well, I mean, I don't think I need Star Coke. This floor feels relatively done, honestly. If we go down here. Not in the mood. Oh, where's my pickaxe? Move for that one either. Not that one either. Okay, we're not gonna worry about the down to the next area yet. Um, I'm gonna focus on this main tunnel first. Eh, oh. Falling on you. Beauty come out of ashes. Do a little bit more ruining, I think, on this level. Should I intensify the amount of the bricks? The cracked ones, maybe? Be like, ah, cracked bricks. uh, like, but the castle's not gonna like fall over, so you know there's a balance here that should be struck. Now, am I currently actively striking that balance? No, I'm not actually. I think I got a text. Hold on. Okay. I love how sometimes um blocks just fall even if you're standing on right on top of them to catch them, and then sometimes it just teleport into your inventory. Like that one just did. Not complaining at all. It's just an observation. Um uh I might be ending stream here in a minute. Well, a little bit rather. Mom wants me to do something. We're almost at the 2 hour mark anyway. Well, almost. But I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more done. The interesting part about this part of the build specifically is also I'm just gonna do the given it's like a ruined underground tunnels, it's like I find it ironic because I think I'm gonna end up doing like underground ruined tunnels, at least for the starter base for the next season. It's gonna be ruins. So I'm very curious to see what if I end up with a very similar build palette. Now, do I think I? Okay, so we're gonna have to gravel pile. Gravel pile. Yes. When in doubt, yes. Want to see just how similar the build palettes end up being. Well, at least for that part of it. Now, the entire thing won't because I already decided that that is not happening. So, and as such thing has been decided, you know, I guess I can technically break my own decision, but I'm not going to. So, won't be nearly as much deep slate going on. If for no other reason than my own sanity. Then again, I don't know, because I don't feel like tough is going to be that much better to harvest. We'll see. I might end up doing stone for at least the first build. Who knows? I haven't decided yet. Clearly, clearly I haven't decided yet because I haven't. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I might change my mind. Well, I'm not going to change my mind about the theme, I don't think. I just may change my mind about exactly how I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's just empty room. Empty room with a little bit of stuff coming off the ceiling. It's perfect, right? Buried up for way too long. I am excited. Also means relatively soon we can start playing game I wanted to play before to get some inspiration. I have to do math for that though. figure out how exactly like how much before I want to start doing planning. Yeah, that'll work. Abandoned rooms are gonna have a little bit more of the plant cobwebs. Let's see. This is May. Yeah, I'll have to do some math and things. I'll make it. Mhm. Oh. Mhm. You know, if I was really thinking about really thinking about it hard, I'd like put intentional like shapes in some of these places, but do like some actual like I don't know if I'd call it archaeology, but like do some like English words would be great. Hidden symbols and stuff would be fun. But I don't currently have the brain power to really want to try to do that. So maybe some of these rooms will have some intentional shapes. Most of them will be unintentional. And people will see shapes in them anyway, and it'll be funny. Because we'll all be looking for the faces. Faces in the Minecraft builds. Accidental faces. The bane of builders everywhere. Okay. There we go. This room, I think I will actually decorate, so I'm going to leave it for now. Don't know what I want to decorate it with, but decorate it with something. And then this room is obviously going to be a garden, as previously mentioned. I don't know exactly what type of garden. But it'll be garden nonetheless. Then I think that's it. Got that offshoot, this offshoot. Oh, this room needs a little work. You guys hear that? I don't think so. It's raining pretty hard right now. And it's pitter-pattering very loudly against the what's a ceiling window called? Skylight? Yes, it's pitter-pattering against, well, yeah, that's on a car though. Skylight, yes, yes, yes. skylight in the computer room. Pitter pattering very hard. I was like, if you were in the room with me, you could be convinced that someone was drumming on something, but I don't think it quite. It doesn't pick up on my mic. If I was sitting underneath it, it would probably. But I am not sitting underneath it. I'm sitting across the room from it, so. It must be a very big rain because it almost sounds like objects being thrown against something. But I don't think it's hailing. At least I don't think so. I feel like then I'd be hearing it elsewhere as well, not just on the skylight. We've had all rain all day too. Yeah, we haven't. Would be the first time it's rained. Well, okay, no, that's not true. Let me rephrase that, brain. Hold on. It hasn't been raining all day. When I got home, I think was when it started raining. And then it stopped at some point, I think. I don't know exactly when it decided to stop. Or if it didn't stop and just chilled out for a little bit and then picked back up again. But it was funny because I got home and I sat in the car for a minute and reading something on my phone before I got out, and it started raining, and I was like, dang it, I should have just gotten out of my car because then I wouldn't have gotten caught in the rain. Whoops. It was okay because I wanted to look at the flowers anyway, so I would have ended up being out in the rain without my umbrella if I had just gotten out and done that first. So it all worked out. Because we got plants for Mother's Day on Sunday, but I was taking a break from hanging out with everybody because I get overwhelmed eventually. And I didn't realize we were actually going to plant them that day. And then I came downstairs later and they'd done it already. So I hadn't even seen where everything had been planted. So I was like, I'm going to go look now since I'm out here. And they're right there. Mom and I still have a couple, like, I want to get a couple more plants. Probably planted in the dirt. Well, yes. But especially since Mom didn't have them put as many in the actual pots. Most of them are in the ground. Actually, all the ones that we got on Sunday were in the ground. I wanted to see what she had decided to do. But there's still at least one I want to go get. She and I just have to find time in our busy schedules to go to a different plant nursery. Because the one we went to on Sunday did technically have the type of plant I was looking for. One of my favorite flowers that we get every year. But the two plants it had left in the colors that aren't just the basic yellow, that doesn't fully show off the coolness of the plant. They looked miserable. One of them was like keeled over, and the other one was didn't look happy. It's like, you know what? We're not gonna deal with that. Nope. We're not gonna buy plants that might just, die on us tomorrow. We'll just go somewhere else and get ones that look a little bit healthier, a slightly higher chance of actually, making it or something. What is going on here? So we just have to take the time. But she won't have time this week because she's got plans going on. Some of the twins' friends are visiting from out of town, I think. So, like, today they went to the zoo. Yesterday they were all at our house hanging out and doing s'mores and stuff. Tomorrow I think it's the movie theater. She's a little busy. And then they're going to the amusement park on Friday. So, you know. She went from tech week for the play to socialize week for the children. One busy week after another. But hey, it means today I have a quiet stream day. Because they're out and about doing stuff. So it was fun. We got flowers, but we also... Well, we had, like, gotten lunch late because we waited for my brother to come over from where his house is. Apartment. Which took a little bit because he's a bit away. We waited for him to come over, and then we went to lunch. And then we went to go, you know, get back in the car and whatever, go to the plant nursery, and we're like, wait a second. Turns out all the stuff from they hadn't cleaned out the cars from the play yet. Which is like fair, because they literally came home Saturday night at like 2 a.m. So, you know, they hadn't done anything yet after doing 2 shows. So I hadn't cleaned out the car yet, and they realized that the 2 cars we had brought with us had stuff in them. There was no room for plants. No room. One of the cars literally had like a 11-foot piece of foam in it. Apparently. The other one had other things. Who knows? So we ended up having to come home, empty out the truck with the stuff that was in it, and empty out the one car, and then go back out. So we ended up getting there like 40 minutes before the nursery closed. And it was also had started raining. So we basically had the place almost to ourselves, which was nice. And it wasn't hot. There were no bugs. It's always what annoys me about going to plant nurseries on Mother's Day. It's like I like the tradition. It's very fun. It's a fun way to do it because we all pick out a plant for mom and then we plant them, come home and plant them. But the years where it's really hot and muggy and there's lots of bugs and you have a risk of getting sunburned, that's not my favorite. I much prefer a slightly rainy day because then I don't mind getting rained on a little bit if I don't have to be hot. I much prefer getting slightly rained on. Which I might be like an exception. That might be, or you might all think I'm crazy, but that's okay. That was good. I found my plant almost right away. That's the other thing, is like I often find things right, like I fairly quickly. So I usually have like very specific things I'm looking for. So then I have to wait around for everyone else to make decisions. Which usually results in me not actually waiting for them to make decisions and me just like, okay, so what you looking for? What colors we thinking? What's the vibe we're going for? Like I helped my sister because I was like, well, what do you want? She was like, purple. Like, okay, let's find purple. I think it was my sister that was purple. Got the purple ones. Meanwhile, Peter was looking for a very specific flower, so I couldn't help him because I didn't know what it looked like exactly. I kind of knew, but I was just like, hey, you know what? You know exactly what you're looking for. You don't need my help with that. I didn't know where it would be. Oh, there's a wild Frigibax, if anyone wants to catch it. The main thing I have to do is when I find the flower I like the look of it, it has to be the right, light level flower. Because we need ones that don't need... Because we have sun, but we don't have, like, true full sun. Like, we can get away with getting full sunflowers, but we don't really have full sun. So, we need, like, part sun is the ones that do better. The one I picked out was like 5 hours of sun, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, we have that. That's no problem. That's easy. I mean, it's not if you have no sun, but our yard gets that section of the house gets 5 hours of sun, so it's fine. Also got a plant for my desk to replace some of the ones that have died. Hopefully this one survives. I may have discovered the issue. And if I'm right, I now know how to look for plants for my desk. Though it doesn't completely explain why the cactuses have died, but you know, it's okay. That might just be more user error in a different sort. But I think the other plants I got were supposed to be indirect sunlight. And they got direct sunlight and hated it. That would be my theory. Which, you know, like, oops. Means I need to actually read my plant light level labels from now on. Might be a good idea. New one I got is direct sunlight. So, it decides to live. Be good. Now, it could also decide not to live for different reasons. But actually, I want to check it real quick. Let's see. It looks like it's doing okay. I might need to water it. Because I did have to add some soil to it. No, it's still wet. That's good. The fun part was we put the plants in the back of the truck on the way home. The reason I had to add soil to it right away. Honestly, it might still have been in my the original one pot if it hadn't happened. And we put it in the truck. We went on our way, did our thing. By the time we got home, normally they do pretty well standing up, but I think we didn't have enough of them back there. So we got less this year. So when we got home, a bunch of them had fallen over. A few of them had gotten rid of their plastic pots. There was dirt everywhere. Which, like, good thing it was in the truck and not in one of the cars. But mine, the plastic pot that it usually comes with, it just disappeared. We think it flew off. So I kind of had to pot it, like, right away. Cause yeah. Kinda necessary, turns out. Do, 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 do. So I went downstairs, got a pot, one of my pots that I had, and then, well, luckily I had some, I had some dirt left over from like the other plants had to add dirt to that was just in the garage. I had some potting soil of sorts in there already, so Dad just grabbed that. He did the thing, and now it's hopefully happy. Hopefully it likes its new spot. Okay, that room. Don't have any of the other stuff left. Just fine. We don't need to put vines in every room. Now, will I come back through with the vines and probably put them in there? Probably. This is certainly coming along. It still does feel a little brighter than I want it to. I didn't have night vision on because I almost want to like. Can I get rid of like this one? Yeah, I can. Oh, I've got some more to wax, clearly. Helps a little bit, but it's still very bright hallway. I get rid of that one. I can't. Alright, well, wax exposed copper lantern means I can just go in here. Put those here. That way I don't have to wax those. Problem solved. I think that means I just have this corridor to finish. Which is the majority of the work, to be fair. I probably should have put that back in the wood box, shouldn't I? That's fine. It's fine. Nice, dragon, you caught it. Nice. Looking good, I think. Nothing else? Interesting. Okay. I think it was down here. I saw a lantern that needed... One, two, boop. There we go. This is where we get to... fun part. Though, honestly, the long haul is going to be doing this tunnel. That's going to take forever. Not like forever. And then down here, I'm thinking I build this and I waterlog it. I flood it a bit. Because what I can do is I can just carve it out. I could like even like put like an archway here or something. Or here. Make it look like it keeps going. And then if I get bored after I finish everything else, I can always expand it and make actual underwater tunnels. Wait, do I still have conduit power down here? I do. Don't know where that conduit is, I'm not gonna lie. Top of my head, I don't know which conduit is doing that. I have quite a few, you know. Assuming I have... I don't think it'll be... Wait, where am I? It might be this one. There's one here, which would probably make sense for where I am. Probably the one. Oh, I need to patch up that, clearly. That's probably the one. There's also one up there. But I don't... Do conduits? There's actually a couple, but... No, that was actually a piece of... Right, because that looks up better. Do conduits have a limited verticality? That would be my question. I don't know if they do or don't. Never thought about it. beacons do. Uh, below them. Don't believe so. Do they have limited verticality, meaning like only so many blocks above, or is it just so many blocks out? Oh, so this is loud. I'm gonna do something else. There we go. Because if it doesn't have limited verticality, that means it could be either one. Because there's also go up here. There is a fully active conduit in here as well. So, yeah, no. Completely possible. Their radius is constant per level of surround in all directions. Ah, okay, so they do have limited verticality in that sense. Okay. There we go. Now we all know the answer to that question. So it most likely is the one under the other tower, because it would be the right proximity. Though, well, I also could have placed a conduit somewhere else and forgotten, to be honest. I would not be surprised. I have lots of extras. But, I think I've reached my limit for tonight. So, I think I'm gonna call it there. We're gonna have a couple more dungeon building streams at least. I'm still working on the list of things to do other than that. Uh, Definitely gonna have at least one more. I kind of want to do a piston door somewhere, but I don't know if I'm gonna bother. It's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, if I wanted to do this to like perfection, I'd have a piston door here. But do I want to put the 2 hours, 3 hour, 4 hours into that? Just for a door? Maybe? Maybe not. Who knows? But I definitely want to finish this dungeon, and then I have got like a handful of like side projects, side tasks that I want to do, like move the cartographer. Um, Still debating about whether I want to fight with the dragons or not. What might honestly happen is I will probably, well, okay, I want to make one eventually, whether I do it on the server or not. I may do a streaming creative where we sit in a single player world and fiddle and see if I can make one I'm happy with. And then I'll decide whether I want to, what I want to do with it. But that is going to be it for me today. I know, I know I said originally I was going to try to stream on Saturday. I ended up sleeping. Um, and I very much needed to sleep. And then I ended up going and getting my sister, so it was fine. It was a good thing I wasn't streaming because she needed me to come get her. She ended up, I don't know if I would consider it stranded necessarily, but there was a disconnect about who was supposed to pick her up and when, and she called me and I was like, all right, I'll get up and come get you. So it was a good thing that I didn't have anything else going on at the time. Let me see if I have somebody I want to raid. I've forgotten that last 2 times I've streamed. Oops. um I'm a professional, I swear. Just a not professional streamer. That one it's not on the list. It doesn't make the resume. Uh, yeah, no, I don't see anybody to raid today. I do see somebody who I need to get my stream streak up with. But there we go. Yeah, I should be back on Friday? Question mark? We'll see what I end up doing. Because I do want to go, I want to try to finish the Battlefront storyline, do more squadrons, um, do some more Star Wars stuff this month, but I may also do more Minecraft. And I don't know what Dragon and I are going to get up to on Saturday. I think we're streaming. Because it's not this week, it's the next week. Right? Yeah. Yes, because we're not streaming the 23rd. But I think we are streaming on the 16th. Yeah, we should be doing stuff, so I don't know what we're doing. We never know what we're doing this early. Because you're gone. Yes, I am gone on the 23rd, so we will not be streaming. It's my fault this time. Doing spawn stuff? Yeah, probably. Unless we decide to come up with something else to do. But yeah, I'm going and doing things the weekend of the 23rd. So actually also won't be streaming on the what was it? The 27th? Also won't be streaming on the 27th. But I'll be on the plane. So, kind of difficult to stream from a plane. Kind of difficult. But not impossible, but not advisable. Anyway, very difficult to do a co-stream from a plane. As it were. But anyway, people have streamed trips. IRL streamers do that, apparently. I don't know how you stream from, well, if you pay for the Wi-Fi, maybe. And you just have downtime? I don't know. It's not gonna work out, though. So yeah, that next weekend, not this next coming weekend, but the weekend after that will be gone. But, May seems to just be the month of absences? Yeah. You know what? You can tell I'm tired. But I am going to go help my mother with stuff. Because she's been spending all day with lots of teenagers and needs a little bit of help. And traffic. She's been stuck in traffic for forever. It's not fun. So I'm gonna go help her do stuff and then go to bed probably. But I hope you guys all have a good time zone. Hopefully this was good, some good background noise while you guys were doing stuff and things. And just go follow Art and Surge and Dragon and Wolf. Nordic Wolf, I think. There was a shout out earlier. I think I remembered everybody. Go follow all the peoples. And I will hopefully see y'all on Friday. Probably for Battlefront, honestly, because that sounds like fun.